Welcome to the CITES Online Applications training video. We hope you will find using the new CITES Online Application Service easy to use, whether you are used to applying for CITES permits and certificates, or whether you are applying for the first time. This training video is for anyone wanting to apply online for a CITES permit to import animal and plant species listed on the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, known as CITES. If you are a live plant importer, please see our CITES Online Import Live Plants video for specific guidance on live CITES-listed plant imports. If you are not sure if you need a CITES permit or certificate, there is help on the gov.uk website. To check if you need a CITES permit or certificate to import, export or re-export species listed on CITES, go to www.gov.uk/guidance/CITES-imports-and-exports. To check if you need an Article 10 certificate for the commercial use of CITES listed species, go to www.gov.uk/guidance/endangered-species-certificates-for-use. In this video, we will show you how to use the CITES online service to apply for a CITES import permit. If you have not applied for a CITES permit or certificate before and need help with setting up your Government Gateway account or starting the application process, please go to our Starting Your CITES Application video. We assume you have watched our Starting Your CITES Application video and are ready to complete your application. We are now going to take you through how to complete and submit an application for a CITES import permit. It is very important that you complete in full all the pages of the online application form. Not doing so may delay your application. In this video, we will refer to CITES listed species, items, goods, animals or plants as specimens. We also recommend watching our video on CITES documentary evidence, which explains in more detail the types of documentary evidence you need to provide in support of your CITES applications so that your applications can be processed more efficiently. Before starting your application, you will need the following information to hand: a copy of the CITES export or re-export permit from the exporting country. This will have on it most of the information you need to complete your CITES import application, including the full name and address of the exporter, the full name and address of the UK importer. These are your details or the details of the person or business you are applying on behalf of. Details of the specimen or item or specimens or items you are wishing to import, including the quantity and number of specimens, details of any unique markings such as closed rings or microchips, the exact scientific or Latin name of the CITES listed species you wish to import. To find the scientific name, if you do not know it, you can do an internet search using the commonly used name for the species. For example, if we need to find the scientific name for a gyre falcon, an internet search will show that the scientific name for a gyre falcon is Falco rusticolus. You can also check the scientific name and CITES listing on the Species Plus website. You will also need your bank card to pay the CITES processing fee. Once you have chosen the import permit option and entered and confirmed the UK applicant and delivery addresses as demonstrated in the Starting Your CITES application video, the service will take you to the next page and ask you to enter the scientific name of the species you are applying for. The scientific name of the species should be on the CITES export or re-export permit issued by the country you are importing the CITES species from. There is a link to the Species Plus website if you need to check the scientific names of the species you are applying for. For the purposes of this training video, we are going to apply for an import permit to import a watch strap made from alligator skin. The scientific name for the alligator is Alligator mississippiensis. Once you have entered the species name, click Save and Continue. Once you have confirmed the scientific name of the species, you will then be asked to select the source code for the species you are applying for. The source code of the species should be on the CITES export or re-export permit issued by the country you are importing the CITES species from. Source code O for pre-convention is applied to all specimens which were originally acquired before the species was listed in the CITES appendices. The cutoff date for pre-convention status will vary according to the date the species was first listed on CITES on any appendix. For example, African grey parrots were listed in 1976, Brazilian rosewood was listed in 1992, and the electric blue gecko was listed in 2017. For the purposes of this training video, we are importing a watch strap made from Alligator mississippiensis, which has source code W for From the Wild. Click Save and Continue. Once you have confirmed the source code, you will be asked to select the purpose code for the species you are applying for. Again, the purpose code should be on the CITES export or re-export permit from the exporting country. For the purposes of this training video, we are importing a watch strap made from Alligator mississippiensis, which has source code W for From the Wild and purpose code T for commercial, because the applicant is importing the watch strap to sell in the UK. Click Save and Continue. The service will then ask you to describe the item or specimen or items or specimens you are applying for. As you can see, you will be presented with a list of options: a living animal or plant, an animal part or derivative, a worked item or finished product, or dead coral. In this training video, we are choosing an animal part or derivative for an alligator skin watch strap. Click Save and Continue. You will then be asked for the quantity or amount of the item or specimen or items or specimens you are applying for. The quantity or amount should be on the CITES export or re-export permit from the exporting country. Usually, the quantity of items and the number of specimens as the unit of measurement is sufficient for a CITES import application. Quantities entered for pianos and sets of items, for example chess sets, tea sets, dressing table sets, should indicate the number of separate keys or items containing CITES listed species. For example, one piano with 52 ivory keys, the quantity would be 52 for the keys, not 1 for the piano. And one dressing table set of 4 pieces with ivory handles would be 4 for the separate items, not 1 for the set. We have entered 1 here, as we are importing 1 watch strap. The unit of measurement is number of specimens. Once you have entered the details, click Save and Continue. You will then be asked for the CITES trade term code. All CITES items are identified by a 3-letter trade term code which forms part of the description. Click on the drop-down menu and pick the code which you think best describes the item you are applying for. The 3-letter code for an alligator skin watch strap is LPS for Leather Product Small. Once you have chosen the correct code, click Save and Continue. You will then be asked for the unique identification mark of the specimen you are applying for, if it has one. For the purposes of this video, as the alligator skin watch strap has no unique identifier, we are selecting the No button. However, if we had selected the Yes button, the service would take us to the Add Unique Identification Marks page. You can then select the type of mark and enter the mark number or reference for each of the specimens you are applying for. For example, a microchip or closed ring in the instance of live specimens, or a serial number in the instance of a piano to aid identification. Although the alligator skin watch strap we are applying for has no unique identifier, for the purposes of this video, we have selected Tag as the identification mark and entered the mark number 00000000 just to demonstrate. Once you have entered the unique identification mark details, click Save and Continue. The next page will ask you to describe the specimen. You must enter a description of the item or items you are applying for. Not doing so will delay your application. The purpose of the description is so that the border authorities can check that the permit issued and the specimens being imported match. The information you must include in your description are the quantity of items, what the item is, the species of the item if live, or the species the item contains if a non-live item, any unique identifier, such as a microchip, closed ring, or serial number, a circa date if an antique, or a hatch date or date of birth if a live animal. If you are applying to import an antique, avoid including the full description from an auction brochure, as this is not useful for the border authorities. For an alligator skin watch strap, the description of one watch strap made from alligator skin is quite sufficient. Click Save and Continue. The service page will then prompt you to enter the exporter details. You can find the exporter details and address on the CITES export or re-export permit from the exporting country. Enter the exporter details exactly as they appear on the export or re-export permit. It is very important the exporter and importer details match on both the export and import permits to avoid any issues when the permits are presented for endorsement at the borders. Click Save and Continue. You will then be asked to enter the country of origin permit details. As you can see here, although we are applying for a permit to import a watch strap from France, the details we have entered are the details of the permit where the alligator first originated from, which was the United States of America, the country of origin. These details will be on the French re-export permit we entered previously. Once you have entered all the details, click Save and Continue. The service will then ask you if you are importing the specimen from a country of origin, in this case the United States of America. As you can see here, we are applying for a permit to import a watch strap from France, so we have selected No. Click Save and Continue. You will then be asked to enter the export permit details. As you can see here, the details we have entered are the details of the French re-export permit, where the alligator is being exported into the UK from. Once you have entered all the details from the re-export permit from the exporting country, click Save and Continue. The service will then invite you to enter any additional information that may support your application. For example, is this a retrospective application? It is sometimes helpful to the CITES team if you provide information on, for example, parent bird, closed ring and Article 10 numbers if applying for offspring, or details of when and how you acquired an antique item you are applying for in this box. You can also enter an internal reference or code associated with this application. This can be a unique identifier or reference used in your business or organization to make tracking your CITES applications easier. Once you have entered any additional information, click Save and Continue. On this page, you will be able to see a summary of your application. If there are any details that need to be amended, click on the Change link in the appropriate section. This will take you back to the relevant page to make your amendments. If you have read through the summary of your application and are happy, click Confirm and Continue. On this page, you will see a one-line summary of your application. At this point, you have the option to remove or delete your application, copy your application if you wish to make another similar application. In this instance, for example, if we wanted to make another application to import an alligator skin watch strap from the USA on a different US export permit, or continue if you finished your application and wish to go ahead. Assuming you are happy, click Continue. The service will then give you another opportunity to add another application by copying the last application, add an application for a new species, or complete your application and proceed to the Upload Supporting Documents step. In this training video, we wish to complete the application for importing one alligator skin watch strap and proceed to the next step. Click Continue. The Upload Supporting Documents page will prompt you to upload any relevant documents in support of your application. It provides a list of documents you may want to upload. For an import permit application, you must upload a copy of the CITES export or re-export permit from the exporting country. Not doing so may delay your application. For this application for a watch strap, we are uploading a copy of the French re-export permit. To do this, we click Choose File, choosing the correct document from where it is saved on the computer, and then clicking Upload File. Once uploaded, the file will appear in the Files You Have Uploaded list. For this video, you will see we have uploaded a PDF of the French re-export permit that we gave details of earlier. You can also upload a signed letter of authority at this point if you are making an application on behalf of someone else, such as a client, friend, or family member. Once you have finished uploading your supporting documents, click Save and Continue. Once you have completed the information on each page, you will come to the Declaration page. If you wish to add any further documents or make amendments at this stage, click the back link at the top left corner of the page. However, if you are happy you have completed all the information and supplied the relevant supporting documents, read the declarations. If you agree with the declarations and are happy to submit your application, click Agree and Submit. Once you have submitted your application, you will be taken to the payment page, where you will be provided with the CITES permit processing fee amount and asked whether you want to pay for your application immediately or whether you want to save the application but pay later. If you select Yes, you will be taken to your account page to pay the fee. If you select No, Pay Later, your application will not begin to be processed until you have paid the relevant fee. Please select the Pay Later option if you have a valid CITES fee waiver. As you can see here, the amount to pay is £67, which is the standard fee to process one CITES import application for an item made of a single species. If you have opted for permits to be sent by Royal Mail Special Delivery, then one of the CITES team will contact you with the total amount you need to pay. Your application will not begin to be processed until you have paid the relevant fee. Once submitted, you will receive an application reference number and a summary of what happens next with your application. The reference number is not a CITES permit number. It is a reference number that refers to your submitted application so you can track its progress. It also provides a link to your CITES account where you can pay for your application and check the progress of your application once you have paid. Click Go to your account. Once in your account, you will see a list of your applications and their status. To pay for your application, click on the submission number. We are selecting submission reference B0Y0X491. This will confirm the amount you need to pay. Click on the Pay Now link, and this will take you to the card payment page, which will ask you to provide your card details, your billing address, and your contact details. Once you have paid for your application, click the Sign Out link at the top of the page in the center and sign out of your account securely. That is the end of this CITES Online Applications training video. We hope it has been helpful. More information about which ports and airports you can use to move your CITES specimens can be found at www.gov.uk/trading-cites-listed-specimens-through-UK-ports-and-airports. If you are dealing in or intend to deal in Ivory, go to www.gov.uk/dealing-in-ivory-or-made-of-ivory to find out what you need to do. Thank you.